Yo guys, what is up? It is your boy Skulty, and today I will be bringing you a commentary. First of all, I want to say I'm sorry to my subs because I have not made anything in like 2 weeks. The reason why is because I honestly haven't felt like it, and I'm not gonna force myself to do something if I don't want to do it. Because if I have the option to not do it, then I won't do it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I want to be, healthy in the mind. But yeah, I'm getting back into this YouTube thing. I think I'm gonna take it more seriously for a bit. Hopefully, you know, I get a decent thing going on here. So yeah, I'm sorry guys to my subs. And also, I know what you're thinking. Where's your music? Calm down. I'll be making stuff soon. Well, in fact, I already have stuff done. I just gotta upload it. So stay tuned. Anyways, back to the video. So for those of you that don't know me, I do music and I also do gaming. I'm gonna start doing a lot more commentaries like this, so if you like this video, please subscribe because there will definitely be more. I will also be getting Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 and maybe FIFA 17, so for sure expect videos on Xenoverse 2 when the game comes out, and maybe FIFA 17 as well. I'm not sure about that yet, but we'll see. Anyways, let's begin. So, tips on getting your first job. First of all, at what age should you look for one? Honestly, this is up to you, but I would recommend maybe considering getting your first part-time job. Emphasis on the part-time job. Do not drop out of school. That's a whole different topic for a different video, but yeah. And anyways, consider getting a part-time job when you're 16. I'm not saying actually look for one, but at least think about the idea when you're 16. I'm gonna be honest to you, your best bet to get a job is when you're 18, when you're fresh out of high school. I think that is the best time to get your first job. But if you want to get it earlier, you definitely can. I know many people that have, and they're doing just fine. So, yeah. So the thing about job, hirers, like not seekers, but like the hiring managers, is that they look for people that are motivated, nice, and pretty outgoing. Let's be honest here. A lot of us, including myself, don't really meet those qualifications. So what do? You fake it till you make it. But regarding tips on getting your first job, let's go back a bit. There's two ways to approach this. The first way is to be risky. You could go for something that you are kind of scared of doing, but you know what? You, at the end, go for it. This is the approach I did. What I do now is I am a sales associate. What that means is that I sometimes approach people and ask them, hey, is everything alright? Is there something in particular that you're looking for? And as much as people hate hearing that, to be honest, I freaking hate hearing that too when I'm shopping somewhere. It is my job. And the point is, like, in real life, I'm a lot quieter, I'm a lot shyer, I'm a lot more awkward, but yet I have to do that sometimes at my work. I'm also mainly a cashier, and I, obviously have to, greet people really nicely and say things like, whoa, what an awesome purchase you made today. Hope to see you again, stuff like that, and ask them to sign up for our, loyalty program and stuff, which is like a rewards program for our store, the one I work with. So obviously all of these things sound really, really scary for a lot of you, because I'm assuming a lot of you watching this are probably shy, and that's okay. And the reason I'm assuming that is because that's just the way a lot of my subs are, but then again, a lot of you are probably not subbed to me, and that's okay. But anyways, the point of that story was that you can take a risky approach when you go look for your first job. Take me for example. I'm kind of shy. I'm reserved. I'm kind of just kind of quiet in real life, but yet I went for a job that makes me requires me to be outgoing, positive, and cheery, and be helpful to anyone. And well, I do it. That's what I do, And honestly, like, it's not a bad thing to do at all. Like, it's really helped me with my confidence. I feel like once I go to college, which will be in 2 weeks, which by the way, I'll make a different video for that. By that time, I'll be a lot more confident. I mean, even now, I feel way, way more confident than I did before I worked. But yeah, you can take a risky approach and do something that you may not be super comfortable in. But it's good to take risks. With great risks come great rewards. There's a saying, and it's there for a reason. I mean, look at me. I'm a bit more confident. Yes, the difference isn't dramatic, but it's there. And you learn, from experiences. I mean, I have to thank high school in a way, because sometimes, like, one thing I'm going to say is, if you work at a store, or especially a fast food place, you're going to deal with shitty people. And the cool thing about high school and junior high / middle school is that, and even elementary school, is that I dealt with so many shitty people that, like, it's really, really hard for me to get triggered or, insulted or have my feelings hurt. Like, I've dealt with so many shitty people that I don't really care anymore. I have to thank some friends too, because a few of my friends were kind of hard asses, but now I don't give a fuck anymore. So you get the point. You get used to it with time. And if you're completely sheltered and no one has been mean to you ever in your life, first of all, you're very lucky. But I want to say this, like, get ready for a shitstorm, because that's the way the world is. Like, it's the same thing with YouTube. If you're thinking of doing YouTube, get prepared for hate. I mean, no matter how good you are, no matter how nice you are, people will throw shit at you. For me, it's super rare to get hate, but it's happened, and honestly, I don't give a fuck. Like, it's whatever, right? But I know some people take it really, like, seriously, and I feel bad for them, but it's okay, like, just pull through. You'll be fine. Don't listen to them. You will always have some supporters. Even if it's just the 2 people, you always will. Look at KSI. The dude got so much hate when he first started. Now people love him, including myself. He's my favorite YouTuber, even though he can be a bit cringy sometimes. But anyways, back to the main point. So yeah, when you try to get a job, you can get or approach a risky approach to getting one. Do something that you're completely uncomfortable doing, but at the end of the day, that there could be some great rewards, such as being more confident in life, such as myself. And yeah, you get the point. Now, the other approach is doing something that you are familiar with. This is probably the safest and best approach, honestly. I didn't do it because I don't have a car, and thus I can't do jobs that meet this approach. But what I'm trying to say is, another way of getting a job is to try to get a job in something you are very familiar with and actually know the product really well. For example, I know a lot of you watching this are probably really familiar with video games, and thus you would love to work at a GameStop, which, by the way, I've heard it's not the best place to work at, but I mean, then again, every location is different. Every location has different managers, which, by the way, I will get to in a bit. Managers, I gotta talk about that before the video ends, and coworkers and stuff. I guess coworkers too. I'll talk about that quickly, but yeah, I heard that generally speaking, GameStop sucks to work at. But anyways, the point is, let's say you're familiar with games, then you would want to work at a GameStop or some sort of game store. If you, let's see, are familiar with guitars and just musical equipment, such as myself, then you would want to work at a guitar center or some sort of music store. If you're familiar with plants, you would want to work at a plant store. You get the point. That's the second approach. Approach a job that you are very knowledgeable. Is that a word? Yeah, that you are very knowledgeable. You're very informed on the product they sell and stuff. So that way, the training will be very easy, since when it comes to the product knowledge stuff, you'll be like set. And overall, like you'll actually kind of enjoy doing the job because it's something like you'll be doing something that actually falls with your own preferences and hobbies. So I guess that's the second approach. Not many people I know have taken this approach because it's just pretty damn hard to get a job in what you want to do. That's just the way life is. Because one, they're maybe not hiring, two, they just don't hire you, or they do but not for the time you want, etc. So, overall, like when it comes to getting your first job, especially a part-time job, like you got to be pretty flexible and consider almost anything. There are a few jobs I would avoid at all costs. Honestly, I would avoid fast food places. This includes stuff like Cold Stone and ice cream shops, stuff like that. Because let's be honest here, like, do you really want to be screamed at and just tortured like mentally by not only your fucking boss but like coworkers too, but also like customers? I'm sure you don't, so I would avoid fast food places. Honestly, try to work at a retail store. That's my best bet, or a big like grocery store, because those are places where you will deal with less shittier people, and like you'll speak to like coworkers and managers less. I think a grocery store is like a big store would be a great option for most unexperienced people, since you'll barely talk to a manager. Because think about it. Well, think about it. The store is big, so you'll probably barely see the manager or some sort of manager at all, which is amazing, right? I think so. That's what I'm assuming, which sounds great, by the way. But yeah. Speaking of managers, when you do get your first job, oh, and there's a third approach before I go on. The third approach is literally just apply for anything and get the first thing you get. This is more for confident people, but yeah, even for people that aren't so confident but can fake it till they make it, such as myself, they can do this approach. Like, that's what I did at first. I tried applying to everything I could find, and at the end of the day, I got pretty lucky and got something that I really don't mind doing for a while. Yeah. Anyways, so back to managers. When you do get hired, guys, I want you all to know this. Make sure you are treated with respect. Don't let anyone say you're a failure or whatever, blah, blah, blah. You get the point. And, if a manager treats you really unfairly, now if they're strict, they're strict. They're just telling you what to do. Deal with it. I'm sorry. But that's okay, honestly. But if they're like mean, as in like they attack you personally, like, hey, look at you, you little piece of shit, or hey, you look fucking ugly today, whatever. Just quote to quote jokes like that. They're just being dickheads, and they're trying to bully you. So honestly, like, if you have managers that treat you like that, just quit. Like, if someone treated me like that, I would quit immediately. I wouldn't take that shit from them. I'll be like, nah, you ain't treating me like that, you piece of shit. Like, fuck you. Who do you think you are? I don't give a fuck if you're above me, technically. Like, at the end of the day, no one's above me. It's a human, we're all human. So you get the point, guys. Like, don't let anyone talk to you meanly, especially in real life. And even if they're like your boss or teacher, just don't, like, either complain to someone even above them, or just freaking leave. Honestly, I would freaking leave. That's the best option, especially if you don't need to work. Like, if you don't actually need the job, you just want extra money, then definitely quit, guys. That's my best tip. So don't let anyone talk to you, like, down on you, and that includes coworkers too. If it's a coworker, then definitely complain to your boss. So that's all I have to say, guys. Be strong, be safe. Good luck hunting for a job, and I hope my approach has helped you think a bit more. Have a nice day, guys.